she finally picked up, she sounded weak, pretending to be sick. "Ha, sister, sorry oh. Hope you are better now," I had. She sighed. "My sister, malaria oh, body pain everywhere." I sympathized and kept her talking. We chatted about the burial, our business, my children, our children. I cracked a few jokes and she laughed. She forgot herself. We spoke for almost an hour. Then gently I said, "Sister, why did you all lie to me that Kevin died?" Hello, it's another week, and you're welcome to Life Stories with Bussy, where true life speaks and healing begins. Today, I have another story. This story is chilling. I don't even know what to feel about this story, but I felt a lot of emotions. And when I say a lot of emotions, very negative emotions. Like, I was angry, I was irritated, I was disgusted. For you to understand why I felt all those emotions, you need to come along with me and let's unpack the story together. Okay? So come along with me. They said my husband died abroad. They sent pictures, a coffin, a grave, his name written neatly on a wooden cross. His family mourned with me. I cried until I lost my voice. For 12 years, I lived as a widow, but the man I buried was never dead. You are shocked. I was shocked. Let's continue. I met Kevin when I was 19. He was everything a young girl could dream of. Charming, kind, focused. We were inseparable. We swore never to leave each other, even sealed it with a blood covenant. Foolish, I know, but at the time it felt like eternity. We got married and had twins. Two beautiful babies who were his carbon copy. Those 5 years before he traveled were the happiest years of my life. When his visa came out, he said, "Just 2 years, my love. Let me go and I'll come back to build us a better life." He left and everything seemed fine. Calls every day, money, gift, laughter through the phone. I missed him, but I was proud of the man he was becoming. Then suddenly, the calls stopped. After a few weeks of silence, his friend called. He said Kevin had been involved in a fatal accident. I screamed. I fell to the ground. His mother soon came, crying uncontrollably. His sisters held me, comforting me. A few days later, they said the company confirmed it, even sent a letter and pictures of the burial. I begged for his body to be brought home, but they said it was too expensive, that it was better for him to be buried there. They sent pictures, a coffin, a grave, flowers, and a wooden cross with his name on it. We held a service here in Nigeria. I fainted beside the coffin. I filled it with clothes and his wristwatch. I told my twins, Daddy has gone to be with God. From that day, I became the widow. For the first few months, I couldn't breathe without crying. But what surprised me was how quickly Mama, my mother-in-law, adjusted. Kevin was our only son, yet she moved on too easily. Within weeks, she was back to her normal routine, smiling, attending weddings, even traveling. I told myself maybe she was strong, maybe that was how she handled pain. But in hindsight, I should have known something wasn't right. Still, I trusted them. I was grateful for their support. For 12 years, I lived alone with my twins. Men came, good men, but I refused to remarry. It felt like cheating. Kevin's four sisters and his mother checked on me often. Two of them were successful businesswomen. They will send me money often, and when they do, they will say, "Don't worry, we have your back. Anything that you want, just let us know. We will do it." Up to the children's education, they took over everything. I was grateful. I told everyone, Kevin's family is a good family. Kevin's family is my family now. But I didn't know it was Kevin sending the money through them. Mama would even encourage me to remarry. She would say, "My daughter, life doesn't end with that. Give love another chance." But I couldn't. I had made a promise to Kevin. I thought loyalty was love. After he died, I started having dreams. In the dreams, Kevin was always alive. I would see him at a distance. I would call out to him. He would look at me blankly like he didn't know who I was, then turn and walk away. I thought maybe it meant his spirit was at peace, that he had moved on to eternity. But now I know my dreams were trying to tell me he never left the living. 2 years ago, I relocated to Canada with my twins. Then last year, Mama died. I was sad, but I couldn't travel. I was still settling. So I asked if they could stream the burial on Zoom so that I could attend. They said that internet wasn't working in the village. I accepted and they sent me pictures. One evening, I was scrolling through pictures a family friend had posted from the burial. In one of them, behind the mourners, I noticed a man. Not a full view. Half turned, wearing dark shades. But my heart recognized him. The way he stood, the slope of his shoulders, the way his hand rested on his hips. That was Kevin. I zoomed in again and again, trembling. I sent the picture to one of my sister-in-law and I asked, "Who is that man behind you?" She replied quickly, "Oh, that's our cousin from the UK. It looks like Kevin, right?" I tried to believe her, but my heart wouldn't rest. Days later, my daughter was chatting on WhatsApp with her cousin, that's Kevin's sister's daughter. The cousin was sending her photos from the burial, showing off her outfit. I was in the room. My daughter would expand it and show me the pictures when one picture caught my eyes. The same man, the same cousin, standing behind her. This time, the picture was clearer. He was smiling, wearing those same dark shades, holding a white woman by the waist. The woman looked familiar. I'd seen her before. In the pictures Mama used to send from her Omugwo trips abroad. She always said it was her nephew's wife. So I whispered to my daughter, "Ask her who that man is." She sent the message, no reply. The cousin read it and went silent, left her unread. Days later, when my daughter checked again, the picture was gone, deleted. But I'd already told her to forward it to me. That night, I looked at the photos for hours. The graying beard, the receding hairline, the half smile, the quirky way he tilted his face when he laughed. That was Kevin, my husband. That night, everything came together. Mama's easy recovery from grief, her frequent trips abroad for Omugwo, the pictures of the white woman and the children she called her nephew's family. Kevin had never mentioned such a cousin. There was no nephew. He hadn't died. He built another life, a new name, a white wife, mixed race children. And his family, his mother and 4 sisters, helped him hide it all. I tried to call his elder sister. She had been avoiding me for weeks, but I kept trying. When she finally picked up, she sounded weak, pretending to be sick. Sister, sorry oh. Hope you are better now, I had. She sighed. My sister, malaria oh, body pain everywhere. I sympathized and kept her talking. We chatted about the burial, our business, my children, our children. I cracked a few jokes and she laughed. She forgot herself. We spoke for almost an hour. Then gently I said, Sister, why did you all lie to me that Kevin died? Silence. She stuttered. What are you saying? Kevin is dead now. I said calmly, Sister, I've seen him and I've done my investigation. I know he's alive. He goes by another name now, and it was even at Mama's burial. She went completely quiet. I could hear her breathing. Then she started fumbling for words. Hey, I don't understand. Maybe you are mistaken. I caught him. Don't I know my husband? I've seen enough to know the truth. She paused, then suddenly said, hello, pretending the line was bad. Then the call ended. I called the other sisters after that. All of them, no one picked up. Days later, I got a call from an international number, a white lady's voice. Hello, is this Mrs. Peters? I said yes. She said, my name is Jane. I'm John's wife, who you would know as Kevin. Please, don't hang up. I got your number from his phone. She told me she overheard Kevin and her sisters talking about me. That was how she found out I existed. Then she said Kevin told her once that he had a woman in Nigeria who had twins for him, but she was mentally unstable and had been committed, and the government took the children. I listened quietly. Then I told her, I'm the woman he married legally and I do not have any mental illness. The mental illness definitely ran in his family, not mine. I told her since he faked his death, he's dead to me. She should keep his ghost. And I ended the call. I called his sisters. None of them picked up. Days later, I got an email from him. No subject line, just his name. He wrote that he had always watched over us, that marrying a white woman wasn't love, it was survival, that she came with money and saying no would have ruined him. He said he faked his death because he couldn't face me with the truth, that he loved me too much to see the disappointment in my eyes, that he made sure his sister sent me money from time to time so that I would never lack, that he followed our lives quietly, celebrating the children's milestones from afar. And at the end, he wrote, I'm sorry, I just couldn't let you hate me. I didn't reply, I didn't need to. He tried reaching out again, more mails, a few calls, I blocked him, changed my number. Even tried calling my twins, but I told them, your father died a long time ago. Whoever is reaching out to you now is a stranger I don't know. Because what kind of lie buries a woman in lies and calls it protection? Now, I am 42 years old, and for the first time in years, I am free. I carried grief for a man who was never dead, but at this time, I have buried him properly in my heart. So you see the reason why I said in the beginning that I had a lot of negative feelings, negative emotions. Like, who does that? That man is dead, totally dead, buried and forgotten. I know that some people want to make a case that you don't know that sometimes people make hard decisions because of what they are going through, and that at least he was sending money, making sure that they were comfortable and all that. But hey, deception, he lied. What he should just have done at the point when he got himself involved with another woman there, he should have told his wife straight away, I'm in a relationship with somebody else now. Sorry about that. It happens, okay? But you'll be okay. You and the children will be fine. Simple as ABC. And then you would have been sending money to her for, for the upkeep of the children and stuff like that. But why tell a lie? The guy was just telling lies to cover lies, because he told his wife abroad that he had a woman in Nigeria who gave birth to twins for him, but that the woman had a mental illness and that the woman had been committed. May we not be giving sicknesses that is not our own, that is not our portion. And then they told this one here that you were dead. And then your family here, your sister and your mothers covered up for you. Please, to what end? To what end? Why did you ever think that they would never know? Why did you ever think that these things would never come out? I'm very sure that if we interrogate very well, the money that this woman used to relocate to Canada, it would have been him that would have sent the money to say, oh, she wants to relocate, let her go, it's better. At least if she's out of Nigeria, I can come into Nigeria. I bet. If I ask this woman, I bet that she would tell me that the money for their relocation came from his sisters, because he must have calculated that, oh, if she wants to go to Canada, that is even good. If she goes to Canada, it means that she's totally out of the way, she's away from Nigeria. Imagine the mother even saying, go and remarry, go and remarry. So they wanted her to remarry, they wanted her to have another life, so that when the man comes back, or maybe when she finds out about the man, she won't feel so bad, because she would have remarried and then she would have another life. But why would you want to do that? Just tell the truth. The truth is very simple. I found another person, but it's okay. You can remarry. I'll make sure that I send upkeep for these children. Simple. Solve all this problem. I know that some people still say, oh, the man did love her, the man still loved her. No, it isn't. Love doesn't hide. Love doesn't stage funerals. Love does not bury you in grief and call it protection. No, love is not deceitful. Kelvin was selfish and reckless, and I don't have any other words to say. Kevin was selfish. Everything that he did for his selfish gains. I'm sure if this one was still in Nigeria, Kevin wouldn't have come back to Nigeria to bury his mother. I don't care whether he was sending money from anywhere. He's dead and gone, buried, and should be forgotten. Should he have access to his children? No. Should he has other children? Let him live with those ones. I support this woman. Your father is dead. Anybody that you are talking to is a stranger. I agree. Totally agree. Because really, what are you going to tell the children? Oh, your father lied to us, your father is alive now, and then you start to take the children to another set of trauma? It doesn't have to be part of their lives. After all, it has not been part of their life for how many years? Guys, what do you think about this story? Please drop your comments. You've been watching Life Stories with Bussy. My name is Busala Daily David. See you in the next story. Bye.